Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Universal Leadership, How to Rock the Meetings. All right, so I am your host, Jeremiah Hammond, and I've got some shades, just in case you didn't recognize me. All right, let's move on. We're all very familiar with the EVMS process by now, right? Everybody say I, raise your hand, all right? And see all your hands raised. All right, everyone, what we will cover: introductions, how to cast a vision, the project scope, what is in the project execution plan, who is doing what, how are you going to work together. We're going to talk about communication. We're going to talk about what success looks like. We're going to talk about what failure looks like. In your first team meeting, all of this stuff needs to be presented to your team as you start creating your team norms, right? And bonding and making sure everyone is aligned and knows your expectations. So we are going to move on and we are going to rock with who? The unities. 3-piece rock and roll awesomeness right here in front of you. Let's get ready to rock. You ready? Here we go. We're moving on. Okay, here we are. First meeting between the project team members. The project kickoff is the best time to set expectations and foster strong team morale. Everything we have talked about is here. We have gathered a list of key team members from the functional managers and set up the project kickoff. We have done our homework prior to the kickoff and prepared an agenda, correct? We also distributed the agenda and the preliminary execution plan package for everyone to review prior to the meeting so everyone comes prepared. This is crucial to do if you want to have a successful kickoff meeting. We need to get the whole band together looking at this stuff and develop it a bit more so we can submit the PEP to the sponsor for the official kickoff. And then we get approval to enter the planning phase. To make a simple structure for your meeting agenda, use the 5 W's, or who, what, where, when, why, and there's an H in there, how. Take a quick moment and brief the team on who this product is for. Why is this important to the company, the customer, and the world? This is where you put on your visionary hat and spark the interests of your team. Remember, this most likely will not be the full team, just the core kickoff team. Over the next few weeks or months, depending on the size of the project, you will be bringing on more members. This meeting is to get the juices flowing and people asking the right questions. Take time to walk through what we know now. Take this time to let them ask questions based on the preliminary PEP package that was sent out. Remember, no questions are bad questions. Do not, and I repeat, do not squash anyone's ideas here. You will set a negative tone that will resonate throughout your project. Watch your responses. People who do not know you are judging you. It sucks, but they are. This is in our human nature. They are asking the question, who is this person and do I like them? Will they have my best interests in mind? Walk through the details of the PEP and what is required to get it formally approved by executive leadership. What does authorization mean and who is going to be responsible for what? At this time, the team is small enough that dividing out tasks will be based on their titles. As you get further into the weeds, you will refine those roles and responsibilities to match strengths. Make sure you are noting characteristics of your team, how they are responding to specific questions, body language, tonality, etc. Start the process off right away of knowing them, understanding them, and appreciating them. We need to establish team norms. Work through a team value exercise. Values are directly tied to our behavior, and our behavior drives our culture. In order to create the culture we want, we need to be living our values daily, and our behaviors reflect that. Everyone on the team should know what it means when someone asks, What does it mean to be on Team Awesome? They should say something like, it means collaboration, trust, friendship, honesty, mentoring, and growth. How about professionalism? We attack problems, not people. How do we know our effectiveness? Think X factor of failure and X factor of success. Follow the SOP specifically. Make sure everyone understands change and change management and actively seeks to avoid scope creep. What is our team's meeting behavior? Arrive on time. For example, if you are not early, you are late. Make it clear that you know shit happens and exceptions will be made, but trends get noticed and are disruptive and are not fair to the presenter and the team. What about monthly rotation of speakers? You can have a monthly rotation of the scribe. Daily stand-ups and daily stand-downs during the kickoffs is very important. Park anything off topic. Create a backlog of topic. These are all things that you need to be doing when you're creating your team norms, right? What is our cadence, our business rhythm, our team rhythm? Remember, you will go through this process a few times as you go through each phase and you gain additional team members. You're constantly going back over this stuff. Sometimes you're going over it heavily as you have more team members and you bring them up to speed, and then it starts tapering down. Just reminders. Another key ingredient is cast a vision about your plan to take them from where they're at now to a peak performer. You need to tell them the process, which is all included in the UL section of this course. Make sure you do not tell them you are going to do something and then don't. Actions must match your words at all time. And if you mess up, fess up. Understand the difference between negative tension and healthy tension. What does this mean? Negative tension comes from thinking that you need to win to get people on your side. There's normally a limiting belief associated with this kind of tension that giving in equals failure. It causes a tug of war. Healthy tension comes from thinking that you are responsible for advocating for your point of view and then engaging in a spirited debate about how to optimize that decision based on all the different points of view and the facts. Conflict is uncomfortable, but it is the source of true innovation and also a critical process in identifying and mitigating risks. Maintaining team values will allow the team members to work out the issues versus going to the heavy, which is upper management, which can lead to more conflict. But trust me, you need to escalate as needed. Always focus on the solution. The problems are generally not the people. Blame the problem, not the people. I cannot say that enough. Before finalizing the PEP, it is often necessary to conduct 1 or 2 project planning sessions. The project team should be fired up because they just had a great kickoff, right? Work the communication of the team immediately to set the team norms. Get an agreement from each member that missed deadlines will be over-communicated when it comes to delays that affect other people's tasks. Set a deadline for them to provide comments back by. Set up 1 more meeting to walk through and implement as needed. This is very important. The next step is a big one. Phase gate, project execution plan approval. Everyone involved in the project must share the same understanding of what outcome the project hopes to achieve and how that outcome will be realized. After completing a thorough planning and review process, the project execution plan is ready for approvals. No further planning or task work should be done on the project until this has been approved. The PM is to set up a meeting with executive leadership and walk them through the PEP. It is your time to shine. Once you get the PEP finalized, have the personnel verify by signature that they have read and understand the contents and agree to proceed. After the PEP has been approved by the project sponsor, the planning kickoff meetings should be scheduled and project phase should be changed to planning. Let's go. Time to plan. I love planning. Can you tell? Why is my video not working? Why does my video not work?